Welcome to SCORE, the best kept secret. We are free and confidential. Hi, I'm Steve Davis, your host, and today we welcome a very important visitor, Lieutenant Andrew Winters from the Reading Police Department, and we're going to feature today SCORE and nonprofits and also the Reading Police Youth Academy. Lieutenant, welcome to SCORE.
How are you?
Very good. So tell me, can you tell us a little about yourself and how you arrived at the Reading Police Youth Academy, your background?
Let's see, I've been with the Reading Police Department for approximately 16 years. During that time I've been in patrol, I've gone to the vice section, I was a K-9 officer, I was a patrol sergeant, K-9 sergeant, a shift lieutenant, and now my current position is director of training for the department.
Director of training?
Yes.
Okay, and is that what got you into this, or how did you get into the youth academy?
Once the chief was here, we have our new chief, Chief Dominguez. He came to me and said, I have an idea of doing a youth academy. Can you help us set this up? You're already running our police academy. Are you able to transfer this to doing a youth academy? And I said, I'm pretty sure we can, and it's the same concept, and then we started work from there.
You did, okay. And how was SCORE involved with getting the youth academy started?
They kind of helped facilitate some different things to make sure we stayed on point. I know Willis, he contacted Philadelphia Police Department. They have a youth, they call it an Explorer Post in Philly. He was able to set up a meeting. The chief and I and another officer went down along with SCORE, and we had a meeting with the people that run their program.
Okay.
They laid everything out for us, said, you know, this is some selection ideas, you know, an application, how your interview should work, and this is kind of the basis of how we run our academy.
Okay.
And then we were able to bring that back here and tailor it to meet our needs.
Are you glad you became involved in the academy?
Yes.
Okay. And could you tell us why?
Because it's been interesting to set something up from scratch. Was able to figure out, okay, how in-depth do we want this to be? It's actually very in-depth. If anybody that wants to apply, they have to be, we're going with 9th graders, you have to fill out a 26-page application. It's pretty in-depth, where you live, who your family members are, and then we start getting into specifics. Have you ever gotten in trouble? Tell us. It's one of those things where, okay, that's fine, you got in trouble, tell us what it is, and we'll see where we can go from there. Okay.
And so this isn't a 9th grader just signing up for something because it sounds interesting. They apply.
Yes.
Do they need the approval of their parents?
Yes, they usually do. This time we did like a meet and greet at the Citadel. Parents came in, the chief stood there, he explained what his vision was for this. And then I get up and explain to them, here's the process, the application, how you're going to have to do an interview. They would come in, sit with a 2-board panel. We had some questions already figured out, and we were asking them, it was, why are you interested in this? Why are you interested in law enforcement? Are you okay with, you know, somebody possibly yelling at you? We're going to ask you to do physical activity. Are you okay with doing this? And kind of put them in the right mindset.
Okay, okay. What are you looking for? How was your first year of recruiting and going through applications? How did that work out for you?
It actually went pretty well. We had, if I remember, somewhere between 37 to 40 people that put in, and we ended up with a group of 30.
Okay, so that's good. And when do you start your program?
Well, we started about, was it the beginning of March is for this current class. Next year, it's going to probably start probably a week or two after school begins. That way we give people some time to get in, get themselves situated. And the goal is to have the people that were in this class return next year, and then we're also going to add additional people too that wish to apply.
Okay. And what kind of outcomes are you looking for? You know, we talked about when will you believe you are successful in a year or so, or 4 years, or you know, what are you looking for? We can all count numbers, and that's important, you know, metrics, but also some other intangibles that you and Chief Dominguez would be looking for, and others and the safety committee would be looking for.
I think right now in year 1, we've already succeeded. It's up and running. So year 1, we're good. Year 2 is going to probably be the most important. because out of the 30, how many will come back and how many additional people are going to want to apply and be part of it. I think our next goal would be a 4-year mark, because this year's group would graduate from high school in 4 years, and we'll be able to see what's going to happen, because the goals are to help them. Okay, do you want to go into the military? We can help you get there. If they're looking to go to college, continue on with their education, we can try to do that. And the end goal is to have them come back to the city and take our civil service test, so ultimately they can be a Reading City police officer, hopefully.
Now, we're going to digress a little. SCORE was involved in creating the strategic plan. Now, do you see, you're running this, the Reading Police Youth Academy, and that's obviously, and you obviously have a full-time day job, by the way, and so that keeps you very busy. Would you see using SCORE as follow-on to help you in support with the organization?
Yes. They were able to, they kind of laid out everything for us. It was, okay, by this date you should have, what are we doing for a classroom? Do you have a budget set up? Are you going to have transportation? Are we going to have to take the students somewhere?
Yes.
So they kind of laid, basically it was like follow the table, and they guided you to make sure you stayed on track and not veer off of it at all.
Well, that's good. So there was some macro level strategic planning, and then there was micro level. Is the transportation in place? How are we going to transport them? How are all these things going to happen? Because a lot of times in organizations, especially nonprofits, a lot of people say, "I'll help," but there's nothing better than a good organizer or logistics person to get all this organized. So you see using SCORE in the future as well, and you know how to reach out and ask for help. So again, we're free and confidential, and we are very interested in the city of Reading and engaging in the community. So now, when you, Chief Dominguez, I saw in a paper that he had been part of a youth academy when he was growing up in Reading, correct?
They were actually patrol aides.
Okay. Okay.
Many years ago.
And did he implement this at another location he was at, or is this something he's always wanted to do?
Do you mean the Youth Academy?
Yes.
I believe it's something that he came up with and was looking to do. He was looking for a way to keep kids from being on the street and getting themselves into trouble. This is a way after school we're giving them something to do that's productive and could benefit them in the long run.
Okay. Okay. Well, Lieutenant Winters, before we close, the blue ribbons here, I'm sure everyone watching is wondering, what is the purpose of the blue ribbons? Can you tell us?
Yes, next week will be Police Memorial Week down in Washington, D.C. That's what the blue is, to symbolize the police throughout the country, and it's also to remember the people that were killed in 2016.
Okay, thank you very much. A very important point to make. Again, Lieutenant, thanks again for taking the time to share your experience, and we wish you the best of luck with the Reading Police Youth Academy. Thank you.
Check back next week for more stories from SCORE, the best kept secret, here on the People Chronicles. Like us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube. If you would like to access our services or volunteer with SCORE, visit our website, burkeschoolscore.com.